Ross in studio with a report on the elections across New York State. Brandon?
Yeah, Jack, plenty of election results from around the country and, of course, right here in New York. Statewide, nothing shocking by any stretch. Two-term Governor Andrew Cuomo, like he just said, won a third term last night over his Republican challenger, Mark Molinaro. It wasn't particularly close either, with Cuomo taking it by a hefty 23-point margin. And if you think that race was a landslide, let's take a look at the result of New York's Senate race. Democrat Kirsten Gillibrand won her re-election bid by 33 points. Democrats also managed to sweep all the other row offices as well. Now, there were a few surprises in some elections around the country last night, and here in the Empire State, we certainly got some of those as well. Let's start right here in central New York. Incumbent Republican John Katko did hold on to the 24th Congressional District, but he didn't hold on to it by much. The 6-point win over Democrat Dana Balter sounds comfortable, but in context, it's pretty narrow. Katko won both of his past elections by over 20 points, and the last poll before Election Day had him up by 14. Shifting east now to New York's 22nd Congressional District. We knew it would be a tight one between incumbent Claudia Tenney and Democratic challenger Anthony Brindisi, but who'd have thought it'd come down to less than 1 point? Brindisi knocks out incumbent by a margin of 0.6%. People were curious how Tenney's decision to embrace the president during her campaign would play out. Big White House players even made a push to try and help her re-election bid. But in the end, it did not work out in Tenney's favor. She fell to Brindisi. And finally, moving further west to Buffalo, Republican Chris Collins managed to hold on to the 27th Congressional District. Collins is facing federal charges of securities fraud and wire fraud related to insider trading. Democratic challenger Nate McMurray lost by less than 3,000 votes and may call for a recount, but it looks like Collins will be going back to Washington come January.
All right, Brandon, you mentioned those 3 upstate races. Were there any surprises around the state of New York?
Well, one other race that particularly surprised me was New York 11th. That's Staten Island, and it's very Republican, and the incumbent Dan Donovan actually lost his race. He had faced a tough challenger, rather a primary challenge from his predecessor, Michael Grimm. He won that primary, but he ended up losing the general shockingly to his Democrat challenger, Max Rose.
All right, Brendan, thanks so much. Really appreciate you.